By golly, it works.
What?
Okay, I'm recording now. And if you folks knew what I've done to my other computer, you would just shake your heads. I was drinking coffee, and I fell asleep while drinking my coffee. And the coffee decided to go inside my other computer. And it's now a blue background with a line going through the middle. It's being dried out, and all that. But to be honest with you, this is the third or fourth time it's happened, and I think that the computer has hired an attorney. I would have. Anyway, my original movie was oh Lord, no what. I'm using another computer that I have no knowledge of. It was about the American Indian and what would have happened if the Europeans hadn't come along. And my response was that the Europeans would have stayed in their place, ate tea and crumpets, and over in Italy they'd be doing their thing, as they still do. And it would change history. And so maybe Hitler never would have existed. Maybe the Holocaust never would have taken place. But mankind, in general, whether we call it mankind, because there's nothing kind about human beings. We have a lot of good humans. Try to block this. Just saying. Okay. But we have a lot of humans that just have to be shit. And violent at that. I mean, we have warmongers in our Senate who absolutely need a war without the UN's okay, for instance. But anyway, enough of that kind of political bullshit. Let's move back onto the Indians. It was the French who taught the Indians how to scalp. And we, the white men, whatever, gave guns to the Indians. And we sold it to them, So, it was a Jesus Christ. Can somebody shut my door?
What?
Can you shut my door, sweetie? Thanks.
Find your thingy?
Yeah, I'm recording.
Wait, you found your first?
Okay. Yeah, I do.
Go on, doggies. Okay.
You know how many idea how many dogs? Cats, children. And I'd be in another country dealing with this. If I'd even exist, I'd be another person. The whole world would have changed. Indians, they come from different cultures, different tribes, and they kill the other tribes just like anybody else. Mankind seems to want to war. Rome may never have fallen. I mean, look how many countries Rome took. I mean, literally took and said it was hers. Look at America. We have the Philippines and Guam and Puerto Rico. And if I'm right, just hunch, we're going to end up with Iraq and possibly Afghanistan. I don't know. It's pretty strong and tends to hold for itself. So for us to even take Afghanistan would be 1 in a million, my opinion. Japan, finally under certain conditions, was allowed to be on her own, but she's watched closely. Germany is still recovering from the bad reputation of some people that were young and not very, they were young, you know. I give a lot of to the young men that were like the Boy Scouts following him versus the actual men who did the slaughter. And you know, you're talking to somebody who's some of my family was slaughtered by Mussolini's men because they refused to join the force because they were with the Nazis. You know, so most of our area was wiped out. Most of my cousins. I believe they left some women and some children. I mean, you know, you look at American history and you realize that we did screw up. We did commit genocide on many tribes that, you know, have only been mentioned now as folklore by some of the other tribes. And the tribes now, some of the stronger ones, have taken on the world of the casino, which actually they're doing very good. And I believe it's their way of, well, for one, they're educating. They have drug rehab. They send people who are non-Indian and Indian to college. The people here in the American Northwest, in Washington State anyway, some of these casinos are incredible. They've made a great stride in the community in employing thousands. And I believe they're buying up land. They're buying up land because it's their land. Even if they have to buy it back, they hope to buy up as much land as possible. It's their land. We can buy. We can trade. We can grow tobacco and slaughter pigs and dry out the rump and sell and trade. And if we want to, we can go back to you know, the furs. We can, but we're civilized, you would hope, but yet we still need the thing to take over, to grab, to take. I don't think the Americans are the only ones, nor have I ever. I just believe that it seems to be a disease among mankind since the beginning of time. And if you're into the Bible, it's not the end of times, but I believe that Moses that was his only way of controlling his people and give some kind of law. It's humankind has not been nice since day one. And yeah, I mean, I could go on and on about the American people, and I could go on and on about the American Indian. You know, some are registered with Oklahoma and some are not. You know, Oklahoma has what we call Indian politics. It is so confusing that we think our political system is bad. So, on with life. And yes, it would have been different.